Happy with the World, Volume 48, me and Scott. Yeah. Just the boys today, so it's going to be a short one, but an awesome one. Every week I pick a random person to go first.
Who, Karl? Who?
I'm going to start with Scott. What was your win of the week?
All right, so my win has been, I've been doing a lot of interactions, looking at new interactions, seeing what we can build as Epic kind of thing and be able to use them in our e-learnings and stuff like that. So I've been building them over the course of month kind of thing, just off and on, updated them the other day and got them all epicified. Is that a word?
What you're trying to say is aligning to our new branding.
That's the one. Yeah. Alignment to the brand of Epic. And what I did was I went on to, I'll link it down below, but I went on to Articulate Heroes, I think it is, e-learning heroes. And I went and did one of their challenges. So I went on and I saw that they had a weekly or daily challenge, and it was like, build an interaction that is like snakes and ladders or something like that, and see what's the best interaction and what you use, triggers, stuff like that, and storylines. So I went back on their old posts and I found some really cool interactions that I was like, oh, I can make that. That'd be great for us. So I've just been building interactions over the time. So yeah, that was a win for me.
Being a real what we're trying to do here at Epic is build a design system that we can construct e-learnings that are interesting, but have lots of options, because the people that, if you don't know e-learnings, then you don't really know what is possible.
Yeah.
So we want to build a library so that people can go, oh, okay, I want to show my information this way and this way. And the more varied and more interesting, the more options for people.
Yeah, definitely. And like we were just talking before, like we could, if someone's building an e-learning, they need to look and go, oh, what kind of interaction could go here? We've got a library of them. We can go, cool, that's what we want. We kind of got a template to go on. So
this, yeah. So it's inspiration for people who might be storyboarding, who may not know so much about what's possible with e-learnings. Yeah. And then 2 means that the shell's already there, so we can rapidly turn it around and get it up and running and put it into the system.
Yeah, definitely. All those triggers and layers are the biggest time saver if they're already there.
Well, and often it's the thinking as well, because you kind of got to figure out how the engine will work and how everything. And if that's already kind of there, then it's like, oh, okay, I get it, it's done. Do it, then make it work.
Totally. So
cool. Is
what about yours?
So you're going to actually post a challenge at some point?
Oh yes. I will. maybe when the next one comes out, I'll see what it is, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, that World. He's just committed to you, World.
If I do, I'll post the link to my challenge on our next heartbeat. So
cool. So my one of the week is I was out of office for a couple of days last week, so came back to project deadlines don't change, so therefore you're going to catch up on your work, right? So I'm frankly trying to catch up, but during that time, I still wanted to keep up with some of my creative stuff. And me and Scott were just talking about it. Is I used to have this period of time from about 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. where I'm quite creative, and I used to do that at my previous job when I was like after work as part of some of my own personal development time. So I was kind of plugging along, and I managed finish a whole lot of creative work for Epic during this time all week, because my brain had already been trained to do my creative work at that time, which is pretty awesome. I'll do a quick rundown on what it is. It's called positive pressure, and you put yourself under creative pressure to complete something in a certain amount of time. So for me, I put it into an hour, right? So within an hour, I need to prototype, come up with the concept, and then build it. And then you got to set a rule that you will post it. So you got this pressure where you're going, okay, I want to get it done. And it's been real successful for me, because instead of asking for loops and loops of feedback, I've got it to the point where I'm comfortable with it. I'll share it with the word. If I need to change it, I'll change it, right? But but everyone seems to like it, so then it's good work.
Yeah, so,
cool. Look up, because you might be looking at the new banner anyway and the new Epic logo.
all the links will be down below to our social media.
Down below. If you look at it at the banner, there's some new stuff there. So, really enjoying it. Stuff, a way to get the creative juices going.
Cool. I might put that into my own. Maybe after work, I'll spend an hour on my game development. Maybe pressure.
Definitely do that. Yeah. And having a bit of cool down time from getting your work stuff done, and you've got this different minds, like you're just looking at things differently.
Totally.
Okay, so this week's Big Learn. What is it, Scott? Can you remember?
I can remember. I wrote it down.
Good work.
So this week's Big Learn, me and Karl were talking about things like if you could talk to your past self. So say like before I started Epic, what would I say to myself before I started Epic? And I was going to say that don't sweat the big stuff as long as you've got alignment. Alignment is key.
So context is an alignment in like
in like e-learnings and visual design and stuff like that. Alignment is key. It looks way better, even if your e-learning is not great, and alignment is key. It looks great. It's good. alignment definitely. So I think when I first started, I sweated the big stuff of, oh my God, I have to learn all these programs like Illustrator and Storyline and stuff like that. But I should have been focusing on the little things like alignment and grammar and, all those kind of things. Get those down and everything else slots into place. So
yeah, there's a couple of traps. I think it all comes from PowerPoint, making PowerPoints.
Yeah.
Where you start cramming lots of information into a PowerPoint because you were told that it had to be 3 slides or whatever. So you cram 10 pages worth of stuff into 3 slides and keep making the font smaller and cramming everything together. Yep. Where alignment, kind of margins, white space, make it easier to read, and the person reading it doesn't have bleeding eyeballs, right?
Or like get this wall of text, smash them kind of thing. Yeah.
And being new to being an e-learning developer, you don't want to freak out the learner and make them hit that next button and move on to the next slide because they just got hit with this ugly wall of text. So alignment space. For me, if I had to go back in time, this is probably a little bit further back than you. And when I first started learning Storyline, which is the software that we use, and it looks really intimidating because you see all these people, and it makes it look like they can make games, do anything they want, make it, and like it's really. And you start trying to do the more complicated things, and you can't get it to work. But what I can now know is it has a lot of interactions like PowerPoint. So if you think of it as just a fancy PowerPoint with some extra features on top of it, then you're already kind of winning.
Yeah.
That's when you start doing your alignment stuff, Scott, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone can use PowerPoint. So now you can, how do you make PowerPoint interactive and interesting? And then you only have to start learning about the layers and triggers and variables and whatnot. But it's just simpler just to focus on what you already know and build on top of that.
Yeah.
You hear that, Karl?
Future Karl will look back on this video.
It says, don't try and make games and Storyline as your first thing. No. Just learn the basics, Karl.
Yeah, definitely.
As well, past Karl as well. Cool. Yeah, so I guess the question is for everyone else: is if you can go back in time and look at what job you've been doing recently or last few years, like what would you tell yourself?
Yeah, definitely. It'd be cool to actually get some comments down the bottom. Like if people watch this, chuck a comment in.
Yeah. Nat and Becca.
Yeah. The people who are not here.
And the world you can as well. Okay, well, let's wrap it up. Let's get to work, Scott.
Yeah, gotta get back to work. That's the main thing.
Sure, if you want to join us, let us know. And hi,
see you later.